So I was supposed to load up my tires so I can take it to Elite Innovations, go see Mondo, and get new tires mounted. But I think I'm gonna wait a little bit, okay? I'm gonna text Mondo and be like, give me about an hour until this rain passes, because it started thundering and raining cats and dogs. Right now we're headed over to Elite Innovations, but first I gotta stop by the post office. Y'all have been killing it with all the hat orders. I've been having to go there every single day, dropping off about 10 to 15 boxes of hats. So thank you guys all so much for your support and purchasing merch from JW Motorsports Co.
I did that same thing one day. Yeah. I did that one day.
Here we have the new tires. They're Nitto 355, 40 R24s, which measures up to 35 inches tall and 1550 wide. So if you look, that versus that, so you can tell this is way wider. As always, we're at Elite Innovations for all the wheel and tire mounting, and you guys are probably really confused as to why I have new tires right there. That's a secret, but I'm sure you can figure out why I'm going with smaller tires. There's only a couple of reasons why I would do that, so I'm gonna leave that up to you guys to figure it out. Pretty excited to go with the wider tire. But these are 38 1350, and before these Nittos I had the Amp and Furies that were 38 1550, which was a lot wider, and I like that look, but nothing beats
the Jet 2 holiday.
The ride quality like Nittos. I've always gone with the Nitto 355 or actually 375s in the past for the Bulldog stance, and to be able to protect the 14 wides a little bit with wider tires. But at the time I ordered the 38 1350, the 375 40 R24 was available, and that's only 36 inches tall but 15.5 inches wide, and I didn't want to go with that route. But now Nitto has 375 45 R24, which measures up to like 37.5 and 38 inches wide, so or 15-50 inches wide. So that will honestly look a lot better in my opinion than the 38 1350. Ideally, instead of the 38s, I would go with the 375 45 R24. But yeah, I'm going with 355s, which is 35 inches tall. And you guys will find out later this week. All right, let's see what the Nittos balance at. 2 ounces. Last one was an ounce. So you mount tires pretty often. 2 ounces, pretty good.
2 ounces is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, all things considered, that's really good on 14 miles, 35, 36.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
All right, so these are the new tires. You see how flush they are to the rim, to the wheel right here. And then the 38 1350. The wheel is right here. And although it's not really stretched, it does look like it's stretched a little bit from where the tread starts. So I personally prefer the look of these, the 355s slash the 375s, the 1550 wide Nittos. Here's a sidewall look right here. And then here's the sidewall look of this tire. It kind of gives it a little bit of balloon look, whereas this one is like straight down with a little bit of balloon look. Also, the Nitto tire, some are made in Japan and some are made in USA. I think my 38s are made in USA. So this one's made in Japan as well. Huh? What? Oh, I took them off. Alright, let's see what this one balances at.
We'll find out.
Honestly, so far with 35s, it doesn't look too bad. But we'll see once it's on the ground. But because it's like so wide, it looks good. Just for reference, when I had the 38s, the tires were barely off the ground. Now, that much off the ground. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. I like the stance. Yeah, it doesn't look too funny. I mean, it doesn't look good, but it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it doesn't look too bad.
No.
It doesn't look good, but it doesn't look too bad. All right, so overall, it doesn't look too bad. I'll show you guys a better view once we get out here in a little bit, but not too bad. Obviously, it doesn't look good because it looks like we're skipping leg days, in which we are. But gosh, nothing like fresh Nittos. The ride quality on these are just amazing. And I feel a little bit more planted because it's wider, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just all placebo. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. And you guys will find out exactly why I went with smaller tires. You could probably guess. I do need a tune revision though, because the tire size is pretty off. And my speedometer right now is fairly off as well. Meaning if I'm going like 40, or if my truck says I'm going 40, and realistically I'm probably going about 35-ish. And it gets worse as I go faster. All right, well here she is. Well, it looks a little funny here, the way it's parked. And it actually looks like my truck is squatting, but in real life it's not that bad in terms of it looking squatted. But yep, 35s on 9-inch lift. Come over here on this side. Hopefully it's less windy. Yeah, it looks pretty squatted in the picture, but don't worry, we're gonna lower it all down and make it sit level. But yeah, this is what's considered skating. How all the tire is pretty much below the truck. Some people like this look. I think it's pretty popular in California, or at least it used to be, the skating look. But in terms of, wow, just that lightning. In terms of the width, I like it. Looks mean. So stay tuned. I'll show you guys exactly what we're doing in a couple days. All right, I'm gonna get back in the truck. It's about to storm pretty good outside, so it's pretty windy. I hope you guys were able to hear me. I needed to get this done with this lift before I do what I do on Friday, so that way I can run the setup with what I do on Friday. I hope this makes sense, and I'm not trying to give it away, but I'm also kind of giving it away. So I hope you guys can piece everything together. Let me know in the comments below if you have any idea what I'm gonna be doing to this L5P next. I got a lot more content for you guys for this truck. I know you guys all missed it, and I'll start driving this truck more often, and it'll be more there will be more content with this L5P, as well as the LB7. We got a lot more stuff. We've done a lot to the LB7, still a lot more to go, but just keep on the lookout. Make sure to hit the notification bell. Little turbo action. Right now, according to this app, well, according to my cluster, I'm going 60 miles an hour. If you look at the app right here, it says I'm going 55. So I have to be going 60 to be going 55. The speedometer needs a good bit of calibration. Yeah, right now it shifts a little bit weird just because this is exactly how my LOI was for the longest time, because I had 35-inch tires and the calibration was for 35s, and then I went with the wides. It was the 22 by 14 on 33-inch amp tires, and those amp tires measured out to like 32 inches tall, 32 at the most. They were extremely wide tires, but they weren't true 33 inches like most tires aren't, but usually they're off by like half an inch. No, this tire was off by like a full inch. Anyway, truck was calibrated for 35s, ran 32-inch tires, and my speedometer was off by just as much as now. And so I didn't know it for the longest time. 5 speed, like going on the interstate, just sucks anyway, but losing 5 miles per hour was even worse. But with the LOI, like I said, I didn't know for the longest time, and I was just always wondering why everybody was passing me even though I was going like 5 over the speed limit. And then until one day I was like, you know what? Let me check with the GPS. And sure enough, I was, you know, speed limit's 45. I'm going 50, and I was going 45. So that's why I was always getting passed, because really I was going like exactly the speed limit, which, you know, nobody does that, right? I mean, most people go 5 to 10 over. So that's why I was always getting passed when I was in my LOI. Just reminded me of that